So what happens when you want your own Star Wars cockpit? You build your own. This is a built to spec Star Wars cockpit from 4 sheets of plywood and 2 months of building. Inside, the only liberties I took were on the control panel and the screen to accommodate for emulators and other games that can use more controls. 24-inch screen in the back. We have a 22-inch screen for the marquee, and that'll change with the games using big box. And of course I have to have all my little toys. I got the helmet from Galaxy's Edge. R2 I bought online. He does actually make sounds and noises. He has a remote control. It's one of the 15-inch remote controls. And of course my lightsaber. Just the fun effects and props. But inside the machine we have the GRS yoke. Let's get inside here. Power button up there to turn everything on. Has a hard drive light, let you know what's going on. PC in here is a Core i5 8th gen. I believe it has a GTX 1660. So let's choose some games here. Whoops, went backwards. Let's try that again. There we go. So you can select the groups. Let's go back up to Star Wars. You have a whole bunch of Nintendo and PlayStation, as well as original arcades. So here's the trilogy. I actually have that cabinet I'm working on in the garage. Here's the battle pod. A couple different versions of the racer from Dreamcast. The arcade version. PlayStation. And this is B Kong's Starcade 2.0. So you put all this together. You got all these games on this package that work well with the yoke. Driving, flying, Star Wars. You can even play pinball on here. So there's Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and of course Star Wars. So I also have a trackball, spinner, flight stick, and the rudder controls. A few buttons along here. These are the main buttons, the two red buttons. When you go into a game, I can use this to exit. I also have 2 more buttons back there. There are also 2 buttons behind this yoke, which are used for credits and enter. Normally, those that build anything with the yoke will just have the yoke. So this has actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 buttons on it. And a couple extra buttons up here. I have a USB port here. This goes to my little keyboard in case I actually need a keyboard. And it's not going to come out for me now. There we go. Hide this. It's one of the mini keyboards. You can actually get this at Five Below or just online for $5. Has the mouse and the keyboard. Primarily just use it for the escape key in case this key doesn't work, or if I need to make some adjustments or changes. This right now is just powering that LED light up there. Have more ports inside. I gave a whole inside show on another video. The decals I had printed at a local vinyl shop. I also set this up so I can turn this 24-inch monitor vertical. So I put handles. I got a handle down here and a handle up there. Very hard to see in the dark. But I can pull this plexi out, turn the monitor, put the plexi back in. Only problem with that is this here will block some of the monitor below. So I haven't done it yet, but I have the option to do so. The control panel is held in with 2 thumb screws. I can bring this, turn these and lift this back and work on stuff inside if I need to. Yes, pedals as well. So this thing is fully set up for hundreds of games to have a little bit of fun with, including Star Wars. I got myself a cushion because this is a very hard wood seat. I don't know how we ever sat in the arcade, but again, a little modification. I made a little storage drawer. So I have all my control panels in here. I can hook up the NES control panels, controllers, USB, play the console emulators. I got my Xbox controllers over here. Of course, I have to have my Stormtrooper. Oh, wait, and I also have R2. So, just a little fun I have with these things. Back in there, close that up. And like I said on the back, this will change with the games. Stay tuned for more.